EU defense ministers have gathered in Godollo, Hungary to discuss EU defense and international military operations. NATO Secretary Rasmussen, who also attended the meeting, talked about the so-called smart defense concept, which focuses on taking several steps towards strengthening common assets.
Firstly, to prioritize, we should identify critical capabilities and focus our investments in these critical capabilities. Instead of spreading thinly our resources across the board, we should identify critical capabilities and then invest heavily in these capabilities.
Another topic was the European External Action Service, a new diplomatic service under the Lisbon Treaty, which serves as a foreign ministry and diplomatic corps for the EU, implementing common foreign and security policy.
Today we broke down the elements of this diplomatic service plan and discussed how to tackle each of these issues for the benefit of all EU member states.
Ministers also addressed the strategy of NATO to help the EU encourage countries in North Africa and the Middle East to reform their armed forces and establish democratic governments.
The NATO and the Union are connected to that because they also receive, and the United Nations, they also receive their their part of the Foreign Action Service. For instance, it's obvious when we meet at the NATO councils, for instance, the Union is represented.
In the months to follow, EU member states will create an expert group to make specific recommendations of defense cooperation and begin implementation of the proposed plans. The global crisis in 2009 was a reason for many European countries to cut back on their defense budget. Therefore, the overall message of this meeting was to go beyond current levels of cooperation in terms of sharing resources in the field of military capabilities to ensure national goals and Europe's capability of dealing with crisis. Cihan Polat, Press TV, Budapest.